These are the kind of moments you live for as an invader. Sit back, grab a drink, and just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy it. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to my war. Insights from an invader. And I want to thank you guys. I'm super stoked on the reception the first episode got. That meant a lot. That was awesome. Thank you guys. Today, we're starting things off with old Sir Hit and Run, my sword and board build. We're going to be in the Cathedral of the Deep today. Spawned in a really shitty location. Managed to escape, except we have ye old Phantom with spear charge. We've got two pyromancers just chucking fireballs left and right. And Gale is throwing firebombs. So the first thing we're going to do is put a stop to charging Phantom. And that's about 2 Estus worth of damage. So that's a good trade. We've only used 1 Estus. Now we're going to use another one. But for as bad as that started, that could have been much, much worse. But we've created space. We didn't try and finish off the Phantom after we hit the riposte. We just were worried about creating space. That was the most important thing. Space gives us time to maneuver, it gives us time to think, it gives us time to plan and actually check out our party, because up until that point I probably had no idea what the fuck I was fighting. When the Cathedral Knight and the Thralls get in on the fight, that's when we'll go in and do some damage. But we have to be very careful about getting in and out. Right there, I probably swung my sword 1 time too many. And a foolish move here, I go all the way across. See, I could cut to my character's left right now, and I could get out of this sludge. But instead, I'm trying to make my way across to the stairs, which would be fine. That would have been an excellent move, because there's 3 thralls up there that no one ever bothers to kill. But I don't do that. I just keep leading them down the fucking... Oh, just awful. And there's no giant here, which makes this an entirely pointless maneuver. A thrall shows up, so for like a second, I'm able to turn my attention around and actually do some damage. But then I start the slow trudge again. I'm not sure. I guess the Phantom is... He's still trying the thing. I don't know why I didn't go for the parry there. Need to break. There we go. Now, the fact that there's a blue here means there's another invader here, and he is being a huge piece of shit by not coming and helping me. Whereas if it were me, who was not coming to help the other invader, I would not be a huge piece of shit. The other invader would be a total idiot for fighting 4 guys. It's just the way it works, guys. Come on. It's common sense. Regardless, we've managed to escape. We've managed to get away, and the only one who's like right on our ass right now is the blue. And he's using a great shield, which is a lot of times a confidence booster for me. If you're using a great shield, I feel pretty confident, and this is why. It's just, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying everybody who uses a great shield is bad. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, to me, the majority don't seem to play well. But that's just me. So we come up here. This is basically the climax of any cathedral invasion. This is where you're going to win or lose. This is it. This is where you make your last stand. Here in New Game Plus, you're not going to find many people who are worried about getting up to that last shortcut. It's the fucking deacons, you know what I mean? Everybody can beat the deacons, especially if you get this many fucking summons. It's like it's not even an issue. I'm throwing the welcome gesture out there just to basically say, hey, fuck you guys, I'm still alive. Try and get them riled up a little bit. All we're waiting for at this point is a Cathedral Knight to come over and stir some shit up. Now we're going to chuck black firebombs until that moment arrives. I guess I could have backed off, used the Obscuring Ring, and maybe gone with the Great Bow. That might have been another option. But I wanted to be close. You can see me chucking black firebombs. Now he gets hit, so I'm going to switch here. Fuck the black firebombs. We're going straight to Hunter Charms. And if we can hit people with these, it's going to turn their aggression off. The Phantom, he got hit and he immediately backed up in that corner, which gave me time to go in here after the Gale cosplay. So I hit him with an Undead Hunter Charm. He gets me with 2 R1s, totally worth it. Totally worth it. He's R1 happy, so he gets parried for it. I really should have done the lightning bundle repost. Um, but in those really quick kind of situations, a lot of times I won't think to do it until afterwards. This is my mistake. He can't heal. I've got a straight sword, and I'm unable to finish him off after the riposte. That is a very poor performance. Here we managed to finish off the white, but check this out. Panic roll. Oh, one wasn't good enough. Let's throw 2 more panic rolls out there. And I'm fucking dead. Not only am I dead, Gale's about to point down on my corpse, y'all. Oh my god. And yeah, I just made you guys watch a 5-minute long invasion just to say panic rolls will get you killed. And I'm sure several of you were like, Jesus Christ, we know that. But to me, that is an important point. People really, really underestimate how important timing your rolls is in this game. Because, oh, you can just spam roll, you can just spam roll. Anyone who knows anything about their weapon will know how to catch you, especially if you're panic rolling. And, I mean, you could see the quote-unquote phantom range. On his screen, that was probably a very clean hit. But panic rolls get you killed. Here's the same sort of fight, except worse. The only difference is I haven't wasted any Estus, but there's no enemies up here to help me. No good enemies to speak of anyway. And it's 1-on-3. I'm using my ultra heavy build. Lothric, Knight, Ultra Great Sword, Evelyn, for basically, if you want to play real passive with me, the crossbow will get you to stop doing that. We're going up against Miracle Host with Wolners. We've got DLC Clawman, and ye old Gale cosplay's back, y'all. Ye old Gale cosplay. Now, you saw right there, the claws have huge wind up. Check this out. Fully charged R2, low risk, high reward. Get absolutely fucked on, Gale. Get entirely and totally fucked on. With 100% of your being. Allow people to fuck upon you. This is a terrible attempt at a launch. I know it looked close, but it was a bad attempt. What I was saying about the claws is they have a huge... There's this huge opening in their weapon art, and people love that weapon art. It's the same with the scythes. People love that weapon art, and there's this huge tail on it, where it's just like, hey, guess what I'm gonna do? Get fucking killed? Exactly. That was really well played on my part, that lightning bundle, 2 R1s. Earlier in the fight, we saw that 2 R1s nearly killed him, so 2 lightning bundled R1s were gonna absolutely kill him. Poor attempt at a heal there. Also, one thing we did different in this invasion, I don't know if you guys noticed or not, was we stuck with one opponent. We didn't bounce back and forth looking from different opponents. When a guy was hurt, we stuck with him. We weren't going to let him, back up to his buddies. Out of mana. So what does that mean? We're going to force this dude to panic roll, and we know he wants to drink that Ashen Estus. We know he does. So we're going to read that. And when he wants it, we fucking smash him about it. Now, that pivot backstab that I just did there, I can't hit that all the time. If you can, great. If you can do it, awesome, cool, do it, great, awesome, great. I can't every time, but either way that would have worked out well. We read that he wanted to drink the Ashen Estus. We took advantage. We forced the panic rolls, etc. Now if you can hit the pivot backstab, like I said, it looks great. There's the huge read I'm talking about. We see that 2 R1s damn near kill that guy. Low risk, high reward charged R2. Focus on one enemy. Here comes the huge read. Lightning bundle. 2 R1s almost killed him. Well, that's definitely going to kill him. Oh, you're out of Ashen Estus, I see. Well, how about you panic roll for a long time? And then when you finally do manage to pull out your Ashen Estus, I'm right behind you. Nothing personal, kid. And again, you don't have to hit that pivot backstab. It just looks cool as fuck, really. 2 R1s would have done the same thing. But the overarching story arc for those 2 invasions was how panic rolls worked against us and then for us. And I really wanted to show off how important not being a fucking panic roller guy was. And we return to ye old Sir Turn and Burn. Sir Hit and Run. And we're waiting at the elevator while the host summons some phantoms. Me, personally, I'm just going to let you summon. I'm not going to go down there and try and fight you while you're summoning your phantoms. I'm sorry about all the sniffles, by the way, guys. I'm just getting over being, like, really sick. But, anywho. Just let them summon their phantoms, because they feel invincible when they've got them. So, let them feel invincible and then kill them. Now, I understand if you're, at Pontiff, and it's, you kill all their summons, they run and heal. You kill all their, I'm sorry, they run and summon. You kill all their summons, they run and summon more. And you get trapped in that sort of infinite loop. And in those kind of situations, let them summon still, but don't focus on anybody but the host. Always be trying to kill the host unless you absolutely have to defend yourself against a summon. Ladies and gentlemen, Blades of the Dark Moon. Give them a hand, everybody. Really, just something else. So we've waited. We go for the plunge attack. He's using perseverance to not get smashed. How clever is that? That was really clever. We bring him back to the giant. He's our big trap piece for this area. But we've put a little too much space between us and the party, and so the giant, he's moving slowly, and he's kind of a non-factor. So I'm going to turn around, and I'm going to try and get him in the fight by slowing them down a little bit, and it just does not work for us at all. Which, that sucks. But, oh well. And that'll happen occasionally. Your plots and your plans and your fucking sweet-ass ambushes will all amount to nothing. It just happens sometimes. And sometimes the host will wander out of his hidey hole and just let this happen. I don't know why. Poor attempt at an undead hunter charm there. The giant is awesome. Everybody knows this. The giant is great. You just have to know how to use him, and you have to hope that he's not too slow, because if they just straight book it, yeah. You'll notice we switched to the Silver Cat Ring. We hit the bundle. There's a nice little ambush right there. Hitting the bundle before you do any kind of ambush is... It can be the difference between doing 1 Estus worth of damage or 2 Estus worth of damage. It can be the difference between almost killing somebody and killing somebody. So on any kind of ambush attempt, I will always hit the bundle. Now I've got a pretty good vantage point here. I can see these two guys fighting the Cathedral Knight off in the back there. So I'm cool with targeting the host, targeting the Phantom and fighting the Phantom one-on-one. The Lady Gaga fan there. And that is no disrespect. Lady G is my shit. Look at just all the wasted Hunter Charms. I'm a fucking idiot. And that's a terrible place to be throwing Hunter Charms. Like, what would I have achieved? Looking back on it. So we set this trap right here. And we're like, oh yeah. And then Hawkwood fucks us up for it. Got us with a huge... launch attack, which I love. Charged R2, because this guy's following me. And he's in love with that spin attack. So that charged R2 just fucks his shit up. Again, we can't really punish him because they're right on our ass. Here comes Dark Spirit, Long Finger useless. We're going to chuck an Alluring Skull. Any NPC, Phantom, Summon, Invader, whatever, any NPC can be tricked with an Alluring Skull. So I threw the Alluring Skull to basically be like, hey, go that way. And then I'm just going to chuck firebombs. The quicker Kirk dies, the better. All Kirk did was tell me that there's a dried finger active. So if I can get rid of him, there's a chance that a real invader might show up to help me. Killing Kirk was by design. He sucks. Just fucking kill him. All he's going to do is target you occasionally and just get rid of him as fast as possible. We're harassing the party. I'm going to skip ahead a little bit here. They go back. They unlock the shortcut. They summoned one more Phantom. Here comes this trap again. That ambush I set up again. But that time, we knew what Hawkwood would go for. So, we didn't let it happen. We hit him once and rolled out before the launch attack could get us. We're going to lead them to the giant sludge shit place. Here comes a second Dark Spirit. And I'm going to fast forward this a little bit. It's not basically anything. It is me throwing firebombs nonstop as they try and cross the sludge. And all I'm doing is trying to keep the giant alive for as long as possible so he can do as much damage as possible. It's doubtful he'll ever kill anybody, but he has a shit ton of hit points that can do pretty good damage. So you want to keep him alive for as long as possible. Make this as long and arduous a task as possible. I know it's not the most fun thing in the world to watch, which is why I fast forwarded. Hawkwood here sneaking up on me. Damn near kills me. Now, this would have been an awesome opportunity to have thrown Undead Hunter Charms, but I'm an idiot who throws them all at Cathedral Knights because fuck me. So there's a real quick exchange there with the White Phantom. He rolled one way, then rolled the other. I was locked onto him, so he drugged my camera. Just a huge pain in the ass. I won't focus too much on that because you could see it, but we say fuck it. We come up here, and we're just going to go ahead and, like I said, start this little finale for this fight here. But again, we're going to focus on a single enemy, and we're going to make sure that one's dead before we start looking at the other one. And what works out great here is this guy's being targeted by the Cathedral Knights, so he's the one I want to stick with. And Hawkwood sneaking up behind me there, it's not that I don't see him, I'm just trusting the Cathedral Knights to get up here, do their job, and scare him the fuck off, which they do, great. Let's corner this guy. You got to get good at this because it's an awesome technique. And get him with the R2 poke. So, on to the next guy. Now, this host over here is healing like a motherfucker. He's casting Great Heal all the time. And he's about to hit our Phantom with it, right there. But it doesn't mean we break concentration or go for someone else. We're going to stick with this Phantom because we've got him on the ropes. Again, the Cathedral Knights are on him. We see the parry shield came out and it went back in. That's enough. It comes back out. We know what's up. We know what he's trying to do. Now the other invader has joined us at this point, so we have even more freedom to work how we need to. I don't know where that other Phantom went. Is there another Phantom left? I'm not sure. Anywho, we punish him for drinking Estus, and almost Solaire comes in and gets the kill. He tries to hit us with Praise the Sun, and I'm like, nah, bruh. Quiet resolve. Bruh. Quiet resolve. So what worked here was sticking with one particular opponent, trusting the Cathedral Knights would have our back to scare them off, using the cornering technique, and you can get really, really good at that. Practice that, it's good. Even though the heal had went off, we still stick with fighting this guy. We see the parry shield come out, we read that. That means he wants to try and parry, so he can get backstabbed for it. And letting Solaire get the kill. We punish the Estus, and then, yeah. So, that's it for today. I know it was a little longer than usual, but I really wanted to show off the panic roll thing. I thought that was important, how it works both ways. And panic rolls will get you killed a shit ton of times. If you're me, at least. I get killed by them. Jesus. And here's my quote-unquote ultra-heavy build. I decided to put it at the end of the video this time instead of the beginning. Thank you guys again so much for the response on the first video. That was super awesome. And I'll see you guys next time. Later.